Okay, round 3. This is not a keepable hand as it is 1 land, so we will go to 6. Alright, hand isn't that great, but I do not feel confident in going to 5, so let's see if we can make it 2 and 1. So Rukaro 22 is our opponent. He plays an island, followed by, what's it going to be, a Delver? Preordain. Alright. So that, let's see what he can be. He can be Delver, he can be Eye Candy, or he can be Trinket Mage, Teachings, or Familiar Storm. Well, it doesn't have the Storm aspect to it now, but he could be Acid Trip. But right now he has 1 island in play and he casts Preordain. Alright, Preordain number 2. Alright, so that Demir was Aqueduct? Yeah. That makes me think it is either Trinket Mage, Control, or Familiar Storm. Without the Storm, maybe we'll call it Familiar Combo, or Teachings. I love drawing a lot of Chittering Rats. Now, let's see, 4 land in play, and client was freezing. Having not played, alright, so he discarded another Aqueducts. What deck would do that? Yeah, it could still be either Teachings or Trinket Mage. If he casts a spell, I would think it would be either of those, but no. I'll try and push through a Chittering Rat. If he counters it, he's not Familiar Storm because they don't play counters. So it looks like it's gonna meet what? An Exclude? Let's see what he did. I hate this new client. Oh no, he's cycling fairies. Alright, so if cycling fairies, it tells me that he is not. It would have to be Familiar Storm. Only Familiar Storm would do this, so he's playing the Familiar combo deck, which means he's most likely going to try and mill me out. I'll swing for 4 and summon another Chittering Rat. Alright, so next turn he'll probably this turn he'll probably play a creature to one of the familiar. No, he's not. So I won't get to Edict him, but I will wrench his mind and try and swing for 6. Let's see if he has any bounce. I think those decks do run Snap, but you don't want to snap a Chittering Rat, especially when you have no creatures in play and you're just looking to top deck. Alright, so we have him at 8 with 5 swamps in play and a corrupt in hand. So if I draw, oh yeah, he discarded a familiar, so he's definitely playing the familiar storm deck. So let's see. Alright, getting creatures back and cycling. See that 5 mana right now, he's gonna cast a Muldrifter. Gonna cast fairies. Gonna cast a Seagate Oracle. The new client is horrendous with triggered abilities, so well, let's see. If I resolve the Grey Merchant, he would lose, but if he's playing Snap, which these decks do play, he would only be able to, you'd be able to slow it down. So I'll attack first. I'm not familiar with these decks playing any form of counter magic. So he's at 4. Grey Merchants would drain him for 8. Alright, there's game 1. Familiar Storm. Definitely bringing in my my land destruction. They run fairies and they run the regenerating creature. I want to bring in my graveyard manipulation as well, because they try and use the numeric wall to keep bringing back Ghostly Flicker until they can mill you to death. So let's see, what do I not need? I don't think Undying Evil is good. And I don't think the Oubliette is very good. Choking Sands, you seem very good. We're at 61 right now. What would I not want? I'm on the draw, so I always like to take, well, not always, I like to take out a Silent Blood on the draw though. Against Cloud of Fairies, so I bring in another Nausea or another Witch. Also, we have Wrench Mind. I don't believe they run any artifacts. Take out one Tendrils of Corruption for another Wrench Mind. The Nausea, I'm thinking about the Nausea. They do run that regenerating black creature, which it would be nice to give that -1/-1 and kill it. I'll take out another Sign in Blood for the Nausea. Now let's give this a go. Maybe I'll bring in Duress if I lose this one. I don't think I've played against the familiar deck that much with my mono black deck. I think I've been playing against that deck more when I play my Pergulous Affinity deck. Oh boy. A lot of lands, but at least one's a better more, so I'll cycle that. I'll keep. Gonna be on the draw. Pestilence can be good at killing a lot of their creatures at once. Pretty slow though. Pretty slow hand. They can get some draws where they're really going off pretty quickly. Just get an infinite combo with their Cloud of Fairies, their familiars, and their lands for multiple mana. Alright, I'm sure you're familiar with this. I mean, my laptop here, I'm on a laptop and it's about 3 years old, but even still, I don't think you should have to buy a new computer to play Magic the Gathering online. I've never used another computer program that consumed as much memory as this program does. Draw another swamp and we'll wrench his mind. Alright, I already chose him, so let's go. Oh, you discard 2 lands. Some old drifter. So it means he draws 2. And then we see that again. Alright, she have a pretty slow hand, so I just have to play a swamp pass. And if he does nothing, I just plan on tendrilsing his familiar next turn, but he's doing stuff. Alright, cast another familiar with a mono floating, means he got Cloud of Fairy, goes for Compulsive Research, and Seagate Oracle. Now it kind of makes me... Alright, so I'm definitely playing the swamp. So I have Pestilence at the option, and Tendrils of Corruption, and Lily Inspector. He has 5 cards in hand. Part of me wants to just play the Pestilence, and part of me wants to hold up Tendrils in case he casts a Fairies, and then tries to either snap it back or Ghostly Flicker. I think the dangerous play is to play the Pestilence, and I like to live dangerous. Let's see what he's got this turn here. Since I have the Pestilence in play already, he has to have a pretty good turn. He has to be thinking that he wants to go off now, or he wants to wait and... Alright, he's just playing pretty conservatively. He's doing a draw 2 card, which if I kill this thing, doesn't really matter. And... my Crypt Rats. I run 1 Pestilence and 1 Crypt Rats. Feel like just passing the turn here. If I Pestilence for 3, it would wipe his board, but he still have a bunch of cards in hand, and wouldn't kill, and then I lose Pestilence, so. If he's attacking me with those guys, I might as well at least Pestilence for 2, because I would take the 2 damage from the Muldrifter anyways. So that way I get to put Muldrifter in the graveyard. I'll take the 1. He has 7 cards in hand, plays a land, and passes the turn. Alright, I feel I want a Pestilence for 3 and play my Spectre. If he has Snap, he can snap back the Spectre, and then I will lose Pestilence, but it means just cost him a Snap, and I will get to replay the Spectre again, which will make him discard another card. Looks like he is 3 mon. What's he gonna do with 3? If he was just tapping 2, I think it would be Snap. And it's Snap. Alright, so I'm gonna lose Pestilence, but he still has to discard. Oh, that's cute. Mall Drifter gets to draw another 2 cards. I think I might as well just do Crypt Rats and I just want to pop him here for 4, just so he can Ghostly Flicker and his Mall Drifter in response and draw another 2 cards. Next turn I'll go Spectre Rats. It's assuming I get a next turn. He could potentially combo me off with as much mana and cards in hand, so. And welcome to the new client. What card did he return? Oh, you returned the Reaping Graves. That sucks. What do I want to go with here? He has Reaping Graves, and I kill the wall. He can still return it, and either of these cards will still just lower his mana cost. I'll play the Spectre. Spectre is flying, so at least I can get in with that for an attack. Discards that guy. Now I can either Tendrils now, or I can wait to see if he Ghostly Flickers the wall. So that's what I will do. I will try and Tendrils his wall in response if he Ghostly Flickers it. Oh, another numeric wall. Mnemonic wall. Returning snap. Alright, you return snap. Yeah, I want to target this thing, even though he has to return cards from your graveyard. He doesn't have any black mana right now, so if I'm able to kill this, he likely doesn't have any black mana to do anything, and he has a response. He has another snap. Three cards in hand. One of them is the storm return cards to your creature cards to your hand, which is one of the cards that I spoke to earlier that has storm and is not banned in the format. I forgot about that card, but alright. Reaping Graves returns a ton of creatures. 7. Things are not looking good. If I would have drawn one of the relics, this would have been a lot better. And Ghostly Flicker. This game might already be over. And it's over, but I'll make him run the combo. I could go to time. We both are on the same amount of time left, but might as well make him use his. I don't think I could run his deck just because I'm on a 3-year-old laptop and triggered abilities freeze my computer too often that I would not be able to play and get 2 wins in half an hour time with the amount of freezing I get from them, so it looks like he's gonna get to mill me out here. We'll be going to game 3. Hopefully in game 3 I'll draw either a relic or some land destruction to take out his Ravnica bounce lands. Well, now at least we get to watch how his deck works, which, I mean, I've played against this deck with other decks before, but not mono black control. At least, I think I've only played against it one time with mono black control. It's definitely an interesting matchup. I'm not even sure who's favored, but I like the newer art for the mnemonic wall as opposed to this one. Alright, so he gets to win this one. Yeah. Any cards I would rather have in here? I definitely like the relics. Want nausea. Yeah, I can't see wanting to change that too much. The only thing I would want is maybe the Sign in Bloods. Now, what would I rather have than Sign in Bloods? I will take out one Tendrils for another Sign in Blood. And the Tendrils are often in the air for half of it for the life gain, and the other half for the creature kill. So the life gain isn't really relevant. The creature kill is still. But other than that, it might be Duress. Should I take out another Tendrils for Duress? I don't want to take out the Corrupts because they can go to the face. So I will give this a go for game 3. Now this is a must win, as in if we do not win this, we will not be in the prizes. Match 3, game 3. Here we go. I'll give this a shot. It has the Crypt Rats and Nausea. Nausea can be a decent blowout if he has a interesting draw. Crypt Rats can do the same thing, but probably be playing the Spectre before anything else. Alright, my opponent has mulligan to 6, so we get one free card advantage there. We will play a swamp and we will say go. And that's a nice draw. I'll just use it right now. Don't want to save it because I want to be using my mana now and use Lillian Spectre next turn. Oh, it would be great if I just drew my land destruction spell here. That did not happen, so I will be playing Liliana's Spectre. Well, that was a fairly decent draw. I get to kill his creature, because otherwise I just had... The only way I could kill his creature would also kill my own, so... Swing in for 2. He has 3 cards in hand. 3 mana available now. And now he's drawing cards. He discards a land, which makes me think... he has another land there. I'll play Gary over the rats, as in... Just raises my my total power. And swing for 2. So he's at 12. If he has Snap in hand, snapping either of my creatures doesn't really do him much good. So we'd really be looking to snap his own creature, and there's a Cloud of Fairies, which is certainly a snap target. 5 mana, is that going to be a wall? Mnemonic Wall. Returning Compulsive Research? Yes. Oh. I'll just attack, see what he does. Alright, so now I can either Spectre or I can play Crypt Rats, then Crypt Rats for 2 to kill his wall. I know of the 3 cards in hand, one of them's the draw 3, discard a land or 2 cards. I have him at 12. If I play the Spectre now, it really makes my nausea a lot worse. But it does make him discard a card. If I play the Crypt Rats, I can get rid of his wall. Yeah, I want a Crypt Rats and Crypt Rats for 2 right here. Alright, what is better? Should I attack first or should I nausea first? If I nausea first, I'm only attacking for 1. I feel I want to attack first. Maybe he'll block with the Muldrifter as the familiar. Seems more useful for his kill condition. He just takes it. Play a land. I will get rid of his familiar. And I will get rid of a card in hand. Alright, so I know he has 3 cards in hand. One of them's the draw 3, discard a land card. The wall pretty much negates my Gary attacks. Alright, looks like I'll edict him and attack. Alright, so he's at 6, so if I draw Corrupt, I can win. Alright, come on, corrupt. Nick is not getting down, and neither is mine, which tells me we're frozen. Alright, he plays. Alright. Although I didn't draw corrupt, I drew a card I was hoping to draw, which can really screw with him, so. Question is, should I puck now or should I wait until he casts a numeric wall? Or he has two mnemonic walls in the graveyard right now. I think they only run one or two. Well, if he has two, he obviously runs more, but I decide to pop this one now. I will sign in blood myself. I could try and wait and hold it as a 2-point direct damage spell, but I don't want to do that. Now I can take him off black, or I can take him off white. He doesn't have a graveyard, so him not having a graveyard makes the return the black mana not as useful because he's not going to be returning creatures from his graveyard. So Maul Drifter draws some more cards. Ghostly Flicker. Now a Gray Merchant or Corrupt will win me this game if I get another turn. But he could be going off here and mill me to death, so. Not sure if he has any more mnemonic walls in his deck though. We do have about 3 more minutes on our clock, so if it goes to time, I'm very confident that Mono Black Control would beat this deck in any match that goes to time. Now he's a total of 5 power in play and I'm at 20 life and he's at 4. All his creatures do have flying, and he has a wall that gets to stop my Gray Merchant. Looks like he's trying to. I'm assuming he can no longer mill me because I got rid of both of his mnemonic walls. So he's going to try and go the damage route now. He has 10 cards in hand. 10 power in play. Wow, that was a pretty impressive turn on his part. Hopefully I'll just draw a Gray Merchant or Corrupt right here. Pestilence would be an... No, I took Pestilence out, didn't I? I think I did. I decided I want to cast this during his upkeep in case he wants to ghostly flicker the creature, so at least if he ghostly flickers his Muldrifter, it will have summon sickness and won't be able to attack me. This card, target you. Pay 4 mana. Gonna snap it back. Repeal. Alright, repeal means he draws an extra card. Then he draws for his turn. If he plays it, it's gonna draw him 2 cards, and he's running out of cards in his library too. My next draw is really important now, because it looks like if he plays that Muldrifter, he will have lethal damage next turn. And that's game. Alright, so we are 2-1, and we need, if we win the next round, we are getting 6 packs.